Welcome back to You Betcha Radio Podcast, the coldest podcast in all the Midwest. I'm Miles, the You Betcha guy, here with Ryan, the T-shirt guy. We are live. We are presented by Ice Mountain, and we're feeling good. We're full strength.
Hey,
yet again.
First time in like 2.5 weeks, I think.
3 weeks, yeah.
Applebee's feeling good.
Yeah.
We're feeling good in the neighborhood.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
That's just free plugs.
See, look at
Price
this.
apps, though.
He's back. It was Jerrod. He just missed Jerrod.
Jerrod does bring out the best in all of us, I think.
Yeah.
Guy's always smiling.
And we're about to bring out the worst in Jerrod.
Well, we'll see.
Wedding review is here, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Wedding review is here.
How are you feeling?
I'm a little tense right now. I don't
Honeymoon is over, Jerrod.
Yep.
How was Kyrgyzstan?
That was great. It's
Good.
beautiful.
Is
this
that
time
where
of
we
year.
sent him?
That or Cambodia?
Yeah.
They both look great this time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
they
Google
are.
images.
See, I dodged a bullet. I got married before I met half of this.
Yeah. Do you have a video? I would love
I
to
can
watch
show you
it.
the
and
video.
review
I
it.
mean,
Break down the tape.
one of them things.
Oh, no, we roasted a little bit. Remember he had the ring warming ceremony?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, and he punted midway through because it was supposed to go through everyone. And
No, it wasn't supposed to go through
And the first
everyone.
row was taking forever.
Yeah, but just look at
It was a full blown. They were taking the rings, and each person was taking a full 30 seconds with the ring. And I was like, "How hot do we need these rings?" We need,
think of the good juju in this thing, though.
yeah, that's
think
true.
of the positive vibes, good prayers in this baby.
Yeah.
Still hot.
Still hot.
I got an ice cold ring. We are the coldest podcast.
That is true.
But yes, wedding review is in. We're about to be in.
Mm-hmm.
What are your? Well, before we get to that, I got the new Road Hunt for Ditch Chickens Blaze Orange hoodie on right now. Yeah, there we go. Better lighting.
Yeah, true color.
True color. I don't know why it's taking us this long to do Road Hunting for Ditch Chickens t-shirts and sweatshirts.
I don't know either.
I don't really know.
We were having that merch meeting. And we're like, why don't we just put this on a shirt? And
Yeah.
we're all just kind of like,
That's a
no
good
shit.
idea. Yeah.
Why haven't we?
Yeah.
So this comes out Wednesday. Are they going to be live on Wednesday or Thursday? Right.
They'll be fucking live tonight, probably. No, they'll be live Wednesday.
Okay.
Probably.
Just don't need them to be yet.
Wednesday.
So you guys can get it. We got shirts. We got this sweatshirt. We got a couple other sweatshirts as well, correct?
Yep.
So
Yeah,
go
a little
check it
kind of
out.
merch shop.
New Road Hunting for Ditch Chickens merchandise on the site now, oubetcha.com. Jerrod,
Wow.
how are you feeling pre-review?
Like I said, tense. I don't know why.
Why?
It's the first time I'm on the mic in like a month, so I don't know. Just
And rusty.
yeah, rusty.
Nice way to get ahead of it.
Yeah. So if my
That-
jokes don't land, that's
the episode starts, well, welcome, and then you're like, guys, I'm rusty.
need lots of Ice Mountain.
Yeah. So you're feeling tense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll kick it off. So first of all, great wedding.
Beautiful day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Couldn't have asked for better weather, especially for an outdoor ceremony.
Mhm. In the fall.
Could
Yeah,
have
rolling the dice.
used a tent though. We got lucky enough to where we showed up early enough to get a spot in the shade.
Oh yeah.
The poor souls in the sun.
I actually started to feel bad because I looked at the people in the shade with us and we were the young ones.
Yeah.
And we all had hair.
Yeah. The old guys and ladies were cooking in the sun.
Yeah, I saw an old guy with bald head. I was like, he better put sunscreen on that dome
Yeah.
because he's going to be fried.
Mhm.
Beautiful wedding, though.
But not a complaint. So thanks for saving the shade for us.
Yeah, that's not a complaint.
No shit.
I think you saved the spots for us, didn't you?
I did.
Shout out you.
So it's me. I saw all the old people. I'm like, I don't care about them. I'm taking the shade.
I'm grateful for
You
that.
kind of got to be selfish in that situation. You know, the sun is, you can't beat it. It's undefeated.
Yep.
Did you lay out your coat to save the spot?
No, actually, Jake and I just sat like a weird distance apart.
Oh, smart.
Mm.
Tyler laid down.
Yeah.
They both laid like feet to feet
Yeah.
across the.
And then as people
team
started
bench.
getting there, our knees would come up, so our spot was getting smaller.
Yeah.
And they both were playing Nintendo Switch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Laying there.
Yeah. Facing straight up like this.
Jake was actually on his stomach with his legs in the air, and he was playing on his iPad.
I figured.
Yeah.
I figured that anyway.
He's definitely an iPad kid.
It's a funny
For
visual.
I do have one complaint pre-wedding, and this might be my only complaint. I got there pretty early. as I do. And the bar was open, and I was chit-chatting with people ahead of the ceremony. And finally, it was like, all right, conversation's breaking. I'm going to go get a beer before the ceremony starts. And I started walking towards the bar. The bartender locked eyes with me and put a fucking sign on the bar that said, the bar is closed now until the end of the ceremony.
Oh, really?
She looked me right in my eyes and didn't say anything, just set the sign down.
Well,
So I'm guessing you told her to not let me drink ahead of time.
I thought everyone could. Did they just shut
Well,
down
they
the ceremony?
could. Yeah, they shut it down for the ceremony. So
Yeah,
people,
they
you know.
shut it down.
So then people weren't mingling, because it's always a nightmare for the wedding coordinator or whoever to get people into the thing.
Gotcha. Temporary
Yes.
embargo.
Like
Yes.
normally I would think like, oh, that's just bad luck,
Well,
bad
clearly
timing.
you didn't show up early enough, Tyler.
I know I should have just gone straight to the bar instead of trying to
15 minutes
chit-chat.
early, you're 5 minutes late.
You know? But normally I would think it's just bad luck, bad timing. But she looked me in my eyes, so I think Jerrod said something to her.
Well, were you stumbling?
Let's just say you might have been on a pitch count, Tyler.
Pitcher couch.
I mean, Jerrod did listen to the episode the week before his wedding, in which you were not here, correct?
Yeah.
So he knew that you were going to be, you know.
My picture was behind the bar. It says, "Do not let this man throw ass."
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're absolutely shaken behind. So, but it's one of those situations where if she lets you do it, then the 5 people behind you are going to see that and they're going to go up, and then it's chain effect.
But what about the 15 people before me?
They got there earlier.
We got a lot of wedding to get through, guys.
It's true. It's true.
You haven't even
Um,
gotten to the wedding yet.
Speaking of wedding coordinator, so let's start it off. Wedding ceremony starts. The big reveal. Jerrod comes
Yes.
walking down the aisle.
Yes.
Let's talk wardrobe. I was actually pleasantly surprised in their wardrobe choice. I thought for sure you were a black tux, black tie guy through and through, and you pleasantly surprised me with a set of leather suspenders.
Yep.
Those did look good.
No jacket, leather suspenders.
I was 90% my wife's call on doing that.
I kind of figured.
I feel like most of our compliments are going to be
Exactly.
Jared's wife's call.
But if I had free reign, I would have done, like you said, the black sports coat and black
Exactly.
tie.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank
That's how I
God,
dressed at prom,
It's,
actually.
yeah, simple though. It's just an easy decision.
You look like Men in Black.
It's timeless.
Exactly.
Timeless.
And that's why we get married, Jerrod. So we have somebody who can make those decisions for us.
Exactly.
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah. I didn't know what it looked like till like the day before my wedding.
Really?
Hell yeah. Pleasantly
I think-
supprised.
Yeah,
Who
it all
was
fit
it?
too.
I think it was Jake maybe made a joke. Like, I bet Jared's got his black Viking sweatshirt on underneath that button up.
Yeah. No, I think I had my Bone Cold Steve Poston shirt on.
Yeah. You got to wear that on this pod someday.
I will. I'll do it on Patreon.
So yeah, that was the first shock of the day. I was shocked.
In a
And
good
It's like, you should have done like a first look with me.
I mean, if that's what it felt like.
We should have done it. That would have been really funny.
Oh my God, you look so beautiful. Did you do a first look?
No.
Yeah,
Really?
you
No,
did.
we didn't. I swear to God.
Was at the altar then?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
So you did do one.
Did you see her throughout the day at
Yeah.
all?
Yeah.
Okay, so what?
Plenty of times.
With her dress on?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
'Cause we
what-
took you take pictures before and shit.
sure.
Yeah,
So-
it's usually
So
when do
you
the
had like an
first look.
accidental first look when your photographer was like, "Hey, go over there and take pictures."
I actually don't even remember. But yeah.
That's why they shut
God,
down the
you-
bar. Jared drank
Yeah,
him
you
out
were
of
so
it before the wedding.
God damn, you did look a little weeble wobbly up there, and I don't think it was because you were nervous. I forgot to give you advice to not lock your knees so you didn't pass out.
Yeah.
That's what Dave would have said.
Well, speaking of,
90 degrees out, he's walking around all day. Don't lock your knees. It's hot out. Don't lock your knees.
a team guy though. He doesn't want his fucking comrades to pass out.
Yeah, looking out for the boys.
Speaking of locking,
He is a guy that would call his friends comrades.
oh yeah, well he's in the service.
That's Russian though.
What were you
Is
going to say?
Speaking of locking knees and passing out, I was on the verge of passing out early on in the ceremony when the officiant didn't officially tell us that we could sit down.
That's
That's
And-
2 weddings in a row.
back to back. You bet your weddings.
My
I immediately
sister,
thought of you guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
My sister forgot to tell everyone to sit down at my wedding, and then your guy he also forgot to tell us sit down. And then it was the awkward, just like people started looking around. Should we sit? And then the first people start sitting down. And
Chain
then
reaction.
some people, the first people to sit down were behind other people. So they were still standing while everyone else was sitting.
It was like a lame wave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, weirdly enough, we were talking about that on the drive out to the venue of officiants not telling the crowd that they can sit down, and it happened. I'm actually glad it did happen.
No,
too.
what was funny? Your wife was like, "Oh God, I was at a wedding where the officiant forgot to make everyone sit down," and she was talking about like her brother.
It was her brother's wedding. Yeah,
And I'm just sitting in the back and I was like, we had that actually also happen at our wedding. And she was like, oh God, that was embarrassing.
And then it happens again.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, Jerrod, I was ready. I was prepared to stand the entire time.
Yeah, I mean,
It wasn't long.
I'd have been
No,
fine.
yeah, I was actually just gonna, because I was in the very back. I was just gonna stand the whole time,
Yeah.
even though everyone else sat
Yeah,
down.
I stood for the entire thing. And
Yeah, you did.
guess what?
Your buddies.
That's
did?
that's what good leaders do. If Jerrod has to stand the whole time as the leader of this company,
Yeah.
I should stand too.
Leaders go first.
Leaders eat last.
Leaders eat last. I did eat last as well. I don't know.
Oh, we were pretty quick. We had a good time.
Mentally, you did.
Mentally, I was eating last. I actually waited. I got my food and then waited until everyone else ate.
I mean, yeah, we'll get to the food part.
There's a lot to go over, dude.
Yeah. Okay, moving on.
Jerrod, I got a complaint
Uh-oh.
about your wedding.
What's that?
You had a keg of beer,
Mhm.
but you didn't have a keg of Ice Mountain.
I know.
Absolutely.
I had to bring my own. I had a belt of shooters on underneath my suit coat.
Yeah, like the
and-
bandolier.
Yeah, thank God I came strapped.
Always.
Thank God my mouth is so dry.
I know. Me and Ryan were absolutely hammering shots of Ice Mountain because you rudely didn't provide us a keg of it.
That was my bad.
Our mouths were so
They
dry.
were ripping blue dolphins by Ice Mountain left and right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I even brought my own ice cubes too for my old fashioned. I had another side compartment that I always keep at least 4 to 6 cubes of Ice Mountain on me.
Circular ice cubes for
Yeah.
old fashions.
Yeah. You know, the kind that when like is like kind of slushy vibe, you know, where it's like
Like a
little-
snowball.
It's like kind of crunchier.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And it molds into the Death Star.
Yeah. I put that, thank God I had those on me. So guys, if you got a wedding coming up, you can't be leaving your guests
Attendees.
can't be leaving your guests high and dry.
Mm.
You got to make sure you have a keg of Ice Mountain, maybe bottles of water, maybe shooters like Ryan and I had. I don't
Some
know.
fruit snacks.
Fruit snacks
Add
also
them
that
to
go
the list.
Yeah, put it on the list. But you got to be making sure that your wedding attendees are hydrated, because that just makes it so much better. So, Jerrod, next time,
I'll do better.
let's get some Ice Mountain there.
Yeah, let's get low and moist.
Thank
next
God
time.
Ryan and I brought our own. So, guys, go to icemountainwater.com, supply up that wedding. Yeah, it's review so far. Maybe next time get a more buttoned up officiant. Okay.
Relative of yours?
Michaela's relative. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yours now.
I guess. Yes. Sorry.
it's
Yeah,
your relative
in-law.
now,
Yep.
Jerrod.
Sorry.
Relative in law.
Sorry.
And then as people are shuffling in, we had one program between the 8 of us.
That's
So-
on you guys.
We came in from the
You didn't
side.
grab
On the
one.
side. So we were passing down the one program so we all could look at it, and some shocking things were on there. One shocking thing was on there. The tree attendant.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
You had warned us about the tree ceremony. I did not know that there was going to be a tree attendant as well.
And that is
I didn't
such
know
a
that a
coveted,
tree needed attending.
it is such a coveted position that he gets mentioned in the program.
Mm-hmm.
And then walked down the aisle by himself holding the watering can. That was a bananas move.
I warned you.
You got out ahead of
warned
it.
you,
You
yeah.
got out ahead of it.
Mhm.
Good on you.
That was your Michael Scott dragging the
Wheelchair?
wheelchair down the aisle moment. It was this guy just carrying a watering can. It was a nice watering can, though.
Yeah.
it
Well,
was
and
fancy.
how many farmsteads did you gather dirt from?
I think 3 or 4.
I mean, that part was cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I thought you guys were just gonna go grab some dirt from somewhere.
Nope.
Didn't realize that was nice.
No,
touch.
you did a good job of tempering my expectations with the tree ceremony because I thought it was gonna be kind of silly, but I thought it turned out cool actually. Like the dirt from the farms was just a sweet touch.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, but then those cans were like paint cans, like tall cylinders, and they're kind of sealed.
No, that's getting to that, Jerrod.
So it was like really
It was like you guys could have made it easier to get open.
Oh.
I would say about 30% of the ceremony was you just trying to get the dirt jars open.
I didn't get it open.
And then you dropped didn't you drop one on the ground or something like that?
Something
I think
happened
it
during
was the
that. That was
cap,
funny.
wasn't it? The cover.
I think so, yeah, because it was like a paint can type
Yeah.
cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty loud when it hits the ground.
Got a good laugh though. That's the thing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, your dad had to have had a pocket knife on him or something.
I was very close to asking for a screwdriver, but
Yeah.
I knew it was bad news when your wife was trying to open it and she waited until you got yours open so then you could open that one as well. I knew we were in for it.
panicked there for
She
a
just
sec.
loosened it up for you, is what she did.
Yeah, she's got longer nails than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the tree ceremony, I wanted to hate it, didn't end up hating it. So that's
Oh
good.
wow. Okay.
So you could tell your wife that it was a nice touch. Thought I was going to hate it. I hated the walk with the watering can. I'll say that. But the actual ceremony was nice. I thought that was a good touch.
No,
Give it a B plus.
the question that we posed sitting in the audience is where's the tree at? Is it in your apartment?
So it's at my mom and dad's place right now. Sitting,
okay.
Sitting in the front of the driveway. Still haven't planted it. We don't know where to plant it, so
Oh,
we're still
okay.
wondering.
Is it
Gotcha.
something that you can keep alive in a pot for a while until you have your own house?
I think so,
Is
but I
it
don't know.
is it a spruce?
Maple?
Maples.
I don't know dick about
I don't
maples.
either, yeah. They're nice trees
It's a
though.
good tree.
They're
syrup.
great trees.
The tree attendant, though, this had to have been a guy. You're like, we should include him. We included this other guy.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
like
and then
that.
you called them. You're like, do you want to be our watering can boy?
Our water boy.
Or you want to be
Said
water
Bobby
boy?
Boucher.
Yeah, kind of the fringe.
It's
Do you think they're like, oh, you got a wedding this weekend? You in it? I guess. Oh, what are you doing? I have to walk the watering can in.
I mean, it's kind of like the dad who's like his daughter and son are like the ring bearer and flower girl. And he's like his only job is to just watch them all day,
Mhm.
make sure they don't get anything. Like this guy had his eyes on that tree the entire time. I'm assuming.
Yeah, he's attended it to it really well.
Yeah. I mean, he I bet he saw that fucker grow an eighth of an inch over the day.
Yeah, he was
It's a
locked
lot.
in. I saw him.
Speaking of flower girls and ring bearers, we had a whole gaggle of them.
It was
Yeah.
every kid under the age of 3
Yep.
in Fargo Moorhead
What?
was a flower girl or grooms or what is it?
Ring bearer?
Ring bearer.
Yep.
Didn't you had said that there was a daycare that was shut down that day, so you just brought all
Right, yeah. Try to pay it forward.
Yeah.
All right,
For the
kids,
Friday.
throw these on. Get in the bus. We're going on a field trip.
Oh, I did see an all-time grandpa move during that portion of your wedding. About half the kids didn't want to go down the aisle. One of the grandpas, I watched him pull a couple suckers out of his pocket, kind of flash them.
Really?
Boom,
Veteran
kids took
move.
off. Yep.
I mean, I did that at my wedding. So,
I had a tube of M&Ms for my kid at my brother's wedding. I said we're getting old though, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, things were going good. Bride looked beautiful.
The beautiful bride.
I'm not hitting on her, Jerrod. I know it's your wife.
It's my wife.
It's my
dude.
wife.
It's my fucking wife.
I can say that
My wife.
My wife. My wife.
My wife. But then, you greeted your wife at the end of her walk and she hugged her. Who brought her down the aisle? Her mom?
Her mom, yeah. Yep.
She hugged her mom and you just stood there.
Peace out.
I completely forgot to hug her. Yeah.
You were
completely
lost in
forgot.
the moment.
Yeah. What's your line? You gotta say, I was just so entranced by your daughter, I forgot to hug you.
I think it was a classic. Oops, sorry, I forgot to do that. Yeah, classic. I was just standing there like a Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I didn't know what's going on.
You were
Broke the tension though, you know. There's a lot of tension going on, just like you know, forgetting to have everyone sit down or forgetting to hug the mother-in-law. Breaks the tension, the rest is smooth sailing. You already got your fuck up in.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
There has to be at least one.
Yeah, everyone needs a good laugh in that situation too. I mean, you know, the bride walking down is like such an emotional moment for a lot of people. That's like, we got to get a good laugh in here somewhere.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking. That's why I did that. No.
I knew it.
Break
Jerrod.
the tension.
big brain move.
Yeah. Crowd's going to love this one. I just
Now, seating wise, I could have used a back on my chair. It was just a bench. It was kind of because we were kind of packed in like sardines because Jake and Tyler didn't do a very good job saving our seats.
Compared to your wedding, I could have done the Macarena with the space at Jerrod's.
I don't know. I had to keep doing the like either I had to sit like this
just crushing your balls.
or I had to sit like this.
I felt like I was on a 40-acre farm by myself sitting in Jerrod's compared to yours.
There was a lot of empty seats, but not in the shade.
Correct. It was packed in like sardines in the shade. So that was good. This is just a pure question, not even part of the review. You guys didn't do vows.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if we were supposed to. I didn't want to do them. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
This
have
is
to have
a
it.
pure question. I just need to know, why didn't we get any vows?
Well, I don't really know what vows are.
They're the promises that you make when you're supposed to withhold for marriage, which it was smart not to do vows because now you know there's no sickness or health situation. If she gets sick, you can boot out of there. You're like, I didn't promise this.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
richer or poorer. If she blows all her money on crypto, you can be like, I'm out. I didn't make the vow.
She starts smoking crypto, you're out.
Smoking the crypto. Yeah, she asked me. I just said, no, I don't like we need to do it.
Well, and like,
I don't know what to write. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
That's
None
not
of
who you-
us
that's not
do.
who you are. You know,
You do it the night before, the day of, and then you just, it's like a cramming for a test.
You could have had ChatGPT do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, it's like every relationship Facebook caption back in 2010.
Okay.
Like if you just took a bunch of those and then stacked them up, that'd be vows right there.
It would have actually
I
been a
love you
really
so much,
funny
baby.
move if your officiant was like, the bride and groom have chosen to write their own vows, and then Jerrod's vows are just the normal vows that everybody uses.
Or you just didn't have them, so you had to free ball it up there.
Oh, that'd have been terrible.
I promise to stay married to you.
Not to go to the bar so much.
I love you.
I love you.
And then you got to throw in a joke one. I promise to still be nice to you even if the Vikings lose.
I promise to always wipe the seat off after I take a piss.
That would have been good.
I promise whenever you're feeling a little grumpy to go to the store and get some Ben and Jerry's. I was actually at a wedding recently.
I was just gonna say that was specific.
That one I don't know exactly, but it was a lot of like very like
Cheesy
cutesy
jokes.
ones. Also, one that might not age well in that wedding was they kept talking about his new obsession. In the vows, they talked about his new obsession of golf. I'm like, pretty risky to throw something pretty recent in there.
Yeah. What if he hates golf now?
That's what I'm saying. He's kind of a flip flopper. He could. So then it's like you wasted a whole section of your vows on something that's not.
Yeah, fuck golf.
Imagine if you would have started a podcast about it.
I mean, just
You're locked in.
imagine telling you two now. Imagine telling your wife like, "Nah, we're not doing vows."
I wouldn't have flown.
That's what I'm saying. That's how you pulled that off is crazy.
I don't either. I didn't really think much of it, to be honest.
I mean, don't get me wrong. This gets to the next portion of the review. It shortened down the wedding ceremony by a lot, which is a huge plus for you guys.
It was very short. The whole thing.
No, that was the perfect amount of time.
It was sweet though.
I felt like I got my money's worth
Short
still.
and sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't think it was more than 10 minutes. The whole thing.
I think I timed it was like 7 minutes 46 seconds.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right, Jerrod. Since you didn't do vows at the wedding, let's hear your vows now.
It has to start with baby, I love you.
Baby, I love you oh so much.
Yep.
From every touch, oh so much. I love you so goddamn much.
That's fucking money, dude.
Those are like the lyrics of like an 80s love ballad.
Every rose has its thorn, but you're no thorn in my side.
I love you so goddamn much. Sorry, he like totally efficient. Sorry about that.
Sorry, God.
I think you'll forgive me for that one.
Jesus, you're beautiful.
Also, another huge bonus: wedding finishes up. There wasn't a person telling us when we could leave. Like there wasn't a person going row by row.
Not sure. Yeah.
I thought that the officiant said something.
Yeah, he didn't say anything that I heard. And then people started the first row went. Everyone started looking around. There's no one dismissing us. Second row went. And then it was just kind of a free for all. Everybody took off. It was sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I lit up a cigarette in the back and was just hanging out.
That's what that smell was.
Yeah. I'm like, if I can just stay outside and smoke a little longer, and I'm fine.
No, there was a lot of flowers there. Did you get allergic?
I've been sneezing. I've been sneezing for the last week and a half.
I do be sneezing.
I guess I completely forgot to attribute it to the wedding, but that's probably what it's from.
Sorry about that.
Did you get allergies from my wedding?
No.
Yeah, flowers were fake. I was gonna say maybe you're allergic.
No, because your wedding was in it was in August. It's like the September, October, and like March weddings.
Okay.
That usually get to me.
Yes. The classic. Classic March -10-degree weather. Handing out the bags of flower petals to throw at the end, it made for a cool photo, but that poor soul that had to clean that up.
A lot.
They're real petals. You don't have to clean them up. Let the wind take them.
Well, what pissed me off about that whole thing was some guy handed me a full bag of them after you guys had already went through. And so, because I might have
You got
thrown the
big
bag.
dick, dude.
Yeah, I might have just thrown the whole bag at you without even taking them out, but it was too late. Who am I going to throw them at now?
It was a shitload.
I think I gave them to Jake. I'm like, hey, Jake, can you hold these for a second? And then I just didn't take them back.
And then he tried to do the same thing to me. I said, fuck off.
Yeah.
So Jake was stuck with them.
Classic.
Yeah. Is there anything else on the ceremony you guys would like to touch on?
Another thing pre-ceremony, I loved your photo boards.
Oh yeah.
I've never once had an idea of what baby Jerrod looked like.
I've
in my
never
head.
even begun to conceptualize what Jerrod looked like as a child.
And what he does look like as a child makes sense. Like, yeah, that's little Jerrod, but
It did look like you, but in the same vein, didn't look anything like you.
Okay, now
Like a
when
miniature
you
version.
guys think of the photos, what photo comes to mind first?
Oh, the family's Viking gear photo. Easy.
The JC
The family one?
Yeah, I posted it on Patreon. So if you want to see that photo, go to Patreon and look at it. It's awesome.
We might have to do a full collage. We got a few.
Oh, yeah.
There's also one where you just look like Drake.
Kind of, yeah.
That's the one. That's the Vikings
Pickup.
jersey in the
no,
pickup.
it's in the pickup. He's just sitting there. You just look like it's a Drake album cover. I don't know how that works out.
We could
I
take
don't
that
either.
photo and make it an album cover.
That's true. Maybe not nowadays.
That was a great photo. That was the first one that came to mind for me.
I like the family
with
all
the
posing
Drake,
on
you
each
mean?
other.
Tough to look like Drake in
Yeah.
today's world. But that's who you are, Jerrod.
Better than Diddy.
Yeah.
True.
Jesus,
That's a fact.
this isn't Patreon. This is regular Wednesday.
So ceremony gets done. All the groomsmen instantly all put ball caps on.
Love that.
Yeah. A couple of I had one of the groomsmen ask me if it was okay. I'm like, yeah, go for it. I don't care.
Like
He's
that.
like, did he pull it out of his sleeve?
I think so. Not sure we got that so quickly.
Yeah, he had a hat on before your guys' greeting line was even close to being finished.
It's his comfort zone.
Now, what's weird is that we see you every day, but I've never seen your buddies before. I've only seen your brother.
Mhm.
The one.
I've never seen your brother.
Really.
I think you've met him.
No, I met him
He came
once.
to
He came
yeah.
to the office.
Yeah, a couple
yeah,
times.
yeah.
Yeah. They all lived out of town and just kind of,
Your one buddy though, with the bald head, cauliflower ear, he could beat Tyler in wrestling.
He could.
Oh, 100%.
We deduced that right away.
Tyler wouldn't agree with us right away, and then I
heard his pedigree. I'm like, he would kick the shit out of me.
Classic Tyler. No, he fucking couldn't.
Well,
No, he couldn't.
Sounds like Dave.
I had beaten the kid who I thought was the best wrestler ever from Napoleon. I've beaten him several times.
just wipe the floor with him.
So I'm like, I could be this fucking guy. And then they told me where he went and how he did in college. I'm like, hey, he would have beat my ass.
Good guy.
Yeah. Also, I've known Jerrod for almost 10 years now. And we've been working with him for however many years. And I didn't know until your wedding that you guys were state champs in football.
Yeah. I don't like to brag about it because I played one side of the ball and it was 9-man football in North Dakota. So
But still, I've heard about all of Ryan's high school sports and Miles's countless times, and I had no idea you won state.
How many times did I win state?
2. Your junior and senior year.
Is that 200% more than Jerrod? Yeah. Sorry, I just was doing the math quick in my head. I was just reminding myself.
Like, I know how Miles forced overtime, and I didn't even know you won state.
I think I mentioned it before, but I don't know.
I think you did.
Yeah.
I don't think you did.
I think I did.
Jerrod is like the closest anyone in modern day world's going to be unintentionally being off the grid. No one knows any information about Jerrod's life.
He's aware of the grid, but he's not on it.
Well, it's like he's not trying to stay off the grid. He just has somehow managed to stay off the grid.
He just keeps getting lost right when he's almost to the grid.
Correct. Yeah.
He'll get turned around.
Or he gets on and then falls off.
Yep.
And if the grid goes down, then you're already off.
You
So
gotta
you don't have
worry
to
about
worry.
Not going to bother him. He didn't know there was a grid.
Exactly.
Yeah. You guys just don't ask, so I don't say anything.
Don't ask. Yeah. Yep.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
situation.
Pretty much it. Exactly.
Okay, Drake.
Yeah. It's enough of Drake.
You don't like that bit, Jerrod?
No, that's fine.
Okay, so I will have to say a negative I will give to after the wedding. The social hour was a full hour and a half before we got to eat. There was a lot of time in between the ceremony and when the food came out.
I will defend this a little bit. The snacks selection to bridge the gap, though, was very good.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
I'm trying to think what I was doing during that. I can't remember.
Well, I mean, you were talking to people. That's receiving line, all that stuff.
You were
Yeah.
getting shit
You
canned in the
probably
groom
also
suite.
had to go do like photos by the sunset
Yep.
and shit.
We were gone for a while. Yep. That's what it was.
But Ryan and I found a fucking loophole in your whole system. We found the pickled asparagus.
Did you have any?
It's the first time hearing it.
There was on the charcuterie board
The coochie
and all
board?
of that. That was a great spread.
Phenomenal.
Ryan and I found the pickled asparagus section, and we started slugging those into our beers. So we were having, instead of beer and a spear, we were having beer and a
Asparagus.
asparagus.
That was some of the best. It was the best pickled asparagus I've ever had in my life.
So
And then Ryan tries to tell me that he's like, oh, I used to do pickled asparagus in beers all the time.
I did not say that.
No, you did. And
No,
I was
I
like,
didn't.
what the fuck are you talking about? No one's ever done a pickled asparagus beer before. This might be the first time ever. And then we find out he was talking about pickled okra.
Okra.
Instead.
It's damn near the
Not
same
even
thing.
close. Okra is like a pepper.
Okay. We'll look.
We
that up
Googled
later.
it at the wedding.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But Ryan and I mean, no one else was taking the pickled asparagus. So
Everyone's like,
you're
"Oh,
welcome.
Grab me one, and I'm like, whoopsies, they're all out. Even though they weren't. I just like wanted them all for us.
But then Tyler had to be a party pooper. He threw some in his beer and he took them out.
I didn't like it.
Really?
I took a drink of it. I didn't like
It
it.
was so good. It might have to be pickled asparagus beer guys
For
now,
sure.
Ryan.
I got to get your asparagus contact.
Hey, maybe it came from Dave. Dave is a wild asparagus guy. Every once in a while, there's wild asparagus by his house. He would bring wild asparagus to the job site and hand it out like candy.
People go nuts for wild asparagus.
Oh, yeah.
And okay, I had at least 20 pieces of asparagus.
Yes.
10.
By the time we got to dinner, Ryan and I were full off of asparagus.
I was so
Just
full.
a belly full of pickled asparagus.
And it was so much time between the ceremony and not. We ate all the asparagus, and then I had time to muster up an asparagus pee in
I
between.
was gonna say, yeah. I was gonna
Oh
ask.
my God.
Yeah.
My pee already stunk before the food came out.
I thought my piss was gonna set the fire alarm off. it was raunchy. And
Just steam coming out of the urinal.
it continued through the entire next half day. I think like noon the next day is when I finally got it all out.
I
But
want you for pinks all out.
yeah, it was phenomenal.
It was very
The
good.
pee or
Both.
Yeah, noon the next day was great. I had the worst bubble guts of all time, I think, from eating all that, because then like after dinner or whatever, we had the cake too, which was, so I had like 20 pickled asparagus spears, beer, old fashions, and then like chocolate cake in my tummy. Just
No,
fucking
you
rumbling.
also had like crackers and cheese. And
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You put all-
And you
Roughage.
ate some scotcheroo bars as well.
Well, what was that? Was it Coogan?
Yep, Coogan.
That shit was good too.
yeah.
Coogan's delicious.
Yeah, well, I called it like cake or something, and then like
It's a
so,
big no-no.
someone
Yeah.
in your family was walking by and heard me say that. It was like, it's not cake,
It's Coogan. Yeah.
it's Coogan, and I was like, I don't.
Yeah, it's a very big thing for where I'm from, having
Yeah.
one in Coogan.
Yeah,
Mhm.
hey,
Also,
German.
speaking of people walking by and getting upset with us, your mom came and had a chat with us at our table.
What'd she say?
She's not happy with how often we get things wrong on this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know
Miles'
that.
mom isn't either.
third mom in a row.
Yeah,
So now we just need Tyler's mom to weigh in.
Oh.
someday. Hey, we'll get her opinion when our careers are over.
Yeah, we'll have to save that one.
The dust has to settle.
Yep.
Yeah. No, my mom was complaining to me years back.
Oh yeah.
Almost like she's like, I almost can't listen anymore for how much shit you guys get wrong. And
Sure,
then
so-
Ryan's mom also said the same.
Mhm.
And now I don't think we get that much stuff wrong. It needs to be mentioned.
We say enough, like when we think we could be wrong, we'll say, "I'm not sure though." That should cover.
Yeah,
our
we're never
asses enough.
we're never absolute with
Yeah.
our statements.
right.
Yeah,
Plus-
we might be morally wrong, but factually, I don't think we're wrong at all.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. There's a
we
big
always
difference.
cover our bases.
We may be subjectively wrong, but we're never objectively wrong.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
at least that's what I think. I don't know for sure.
I can't be sure on that. We could be wrong on that.
I'd take bubble guts for the next 365 days though, to just have another jar of that stuff.
I'll track it down and get you some.
Please do.
Yeah. I didn't even touch the charcuterie board. I barely ate that day.
Well, you were
Missed out. You had
fucking
good food.
wasted.
I know. Yeah. I missed out.
Well, and
So-
you don't want to, on a full stomach.
That's true.
you know,
Something light.
consummation.
yeah. Something light.
It's like a soup. That'd be funny. We all got the main course, and then they just bring out Jerrod's soup.
You're like, oh, I get what he's doing.
There he is, seasoned vet.
Super.
We got to talk about the speeches.
Yeah, but first off, the old fashies on the house was that was a power move.
Baller move
Mhm.
by you, Jerrod.
Thank you.
I
Well done.
sucked one of those down quick and then moved over to the brewskis. Fuck, that was a great combo.
I think I don't like old fashions as much as I think I do. Because
Did you have one of those at the wedding?
I had one there. It was all right.
I wasn't gonna say anything. They weren't very good old fashions.
Yeah, I'd
they
say-
were mass produced old fashions.
Yeah.
For a free old fashioned though, they were
It
good.
was a phenomenal free.
So
old
I would
Yeah,
give it.
yeah.
I wouldn't. Hey, the smoke is not settled on old fashions. You just haven't had a good one.
Yeah.
I'm on a cold streak with old.
Are you?
fashions, Yeah,
Mm.
I think that's a top.
I'll get you.
I prefer mine cold.
That's
Mm. Okay, let's talk speeches because then I have one more other thing I want to say after the speeches.
You want to give a speech after we talk?
I would like to
speeches?
give a speech.
Okay.
Tyler, you go. You take the speeches.
I mean, there's one speech we got to talk about. Like the rest of their speeches were fine. Your dad is
Your dad was so bad at timing that it felt like he was doing it as like he was doing that on purpose. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. He would have a sentence and then like stop for 5 seconds.
Jerrod, is my son. You know, it's like it was so, that was even too good for what he was doing. It ended up being electric and very funny.
Yeah.
But you first had to adjust to the cadence and how he was spitting out the speech.
See, you'd think a sentence would be over, but it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Or
like, you think he's going to keep going, and that was the end of the sentence.
Exactly.
There was periods where there shouldn't have been, and there were no periods where there should have been.
And then a bunch of unnecessary commas.
Yeah.
I mean, the big red machine.
I didn't understand.
Yeah, that's
I've never
you,
heard
Jerrod.
that.
That's you.
So
I've never heard that.
Jerrod,
I was very confused.
Jerrod, his dad was listing off his nicknames as they used to call him as a kid, and then he said that they used to call him the Big Red Machine. And Jerrod, you looked utterly confused.
Jared
You
said
threw your arms up. You're like,
talking about?
You said
What do
that
you- yeah, what-
during your dad's speech loud enough for us to hear. Like, no, they don't.
I've never heard that.
the big red machine.
Because that had been reference of Kane for WWF at the time. So
Ah,
that's what the reference is. Which I
Oh.
don't under. Yeah. Which I like Kane. I didn't love Kane, but I don't know. Maybe it
No,
was too
you
little.
did. Your dad.
that was your nickname.
Yeah, the juice too, because your dad said, didn't he? He said you look like O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, we had a family friend that said I look like O.J. Simpson, and then everybody called me Juice after that. Just kind of stuck.
So that's where juice came
awesome.
from.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a fucking awesome. The juice.
Yeah. Yeah. Back in my hometown, that's what everyone calls me.
Well, Jared did put on a clinic, so the juice was loose that night.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh, I mean, he had nothing in his stomach.
Yeah,
He had one
Eat all
bowl
day.
of broth in his stomach,
Bruh.
chicken broth, and that was it. Fucking 2.5 cups.
He had to
light.
DoorDash it in.
Leave that Panera.
But then your dad called us out. After we're learning that you won a state title, your dad called us out to play your high school buddies in a pickup football game. But then he
Outside,
said,
like during the
yeah.
right there and then.
And then
It
he's
was
like,
going to
maybe,
be us versus you and your groomsmen.
and then he's like, maybe not a good idea because one of you will break your leg.
Absolute layup.
That was good.
You like their speeches. You're like, how is he gonna roast Jerrod? And then Tyler's sitting there and he fucking says that. And he's like, that fucking bastard.
Yeah,
Complete ricochet.
Yeah.
You caught a stray.
I did. Jared's dad left hook from behind.
I didn't know I had to wear my bulletproof vest to your wedding, just catching stray bullets from your dad.
That was the funniest part of this video.
That
I
was
laughed so
great.
hard.
I mean, it probably wasn't funny to the people that didn't know I broke my leg playing pickup football.
Yeah.
But to the people that did, it was great.
Oh my god! Because the table was dying at the
Yep.
invention table.
Yep. Well, because your dad's cadence was so slow. Like, I saw the joke coming about 15 to 20 seconds before it hit. And I'm like, here we go. Here we go. And then he
Layup.
says it. And then everyone starts patting me on the back.
And then he tried to do some clever thing with PrizePicks.
He messed up. He called it pick prizes. He was doing like a PrizePicks promo read.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had fucking ad spots
Yeah.
in his speech.
hmm
Well, and it,
It's classic dad though to get it wrong.
but like at
Picks
the
prizes.
Yeah.
at
that's what
that
he said.
time when he's saying it's a pick a prize,
Pick a
I
prize.
thought he was telling people to come to our table and like pick a prize from Miles or
Yeah,
something.
I think I was the only one that understood what he was trying to say.
Yeah, I was lost. But that's great. Hey,
Yep.
ABC always be closing.
hmm For the brand.
Yeah. We got to get your dad a deal.
We got to get a promo code Randy.
There you go.
Plus, thing he left the promo code out though,
Damn it.
because I saw people pulling the app up on their phone after he said it, and they're like, oh fuck, promo code.
What's the code? What's the code?
God, well, I guess I don't have one. X out. So ABC.
What else? Did he do anything else? He was actually very funny.
He was.
Mhm.
I enjoyed his speech a lot.
He really enjoys public speaking.
Now
He
we
was
know
in
where
his
you get it
he was
from.
in his element. Yeah, he was razzing his buddy up in the back room about his trailer sales or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we also
No, he gave a plug to the
Yeah.
trailer sales as
Yeah.
well.
That's
and that
right.
was Jared's job back in the day.
I'm
was-
getting there.
Okay,
That's what I'm
yep,
trying to get
yep.
to.
It's not my job.
boss's kid.
Yeah, get there.
Yeah. Okay. You're
So then I don't even know why this guy I was talking to got invited. He was it your parents wanted him there or something? He was the guy that now owns your dad's old
Yep.
trailer
Family
shop.
friend. Yep.
Family friend. He was just wearing like a like a fishing shirt and jeans, wasn't he? Or,
Yep.
I'm trying to
know.
remember.
Yeah,
Like a plaid shirt,
Yeah.
short sleeve.
Big guy, hilarious.
Mhm.
And we are like, oh, you're the guy. Jerrod just told us that his dad owned a trailer thing. He's kept that from us for years. He's like, yeah, I owned it. And he was like, Jerrod used to work at the shop when he was young. And I said, oh, well, how good was Jerrod at working? And he said, Jerrod was worthless.
Not far out.
So every time I've been talking about the boss's kid, you've been biting your tongue because you're the guy.
I
You're
was,
the
yeah.
boss's kid.
Yep.
Mhm. I wasn't very good.
And then
but, yeah.
one of your groomsmen, he busted ass every day. He worked out there with you.
Yeah.
He was the guy.
The
Mhm.
same guy was
Yeah.
talking up
Yep.
one of your groomsmen saying
Yep.
he was 1,000 times better than you.
Yeah, because I did work study for him, and part of the work study was just doing inventory on tires. And I would just have to write the numbers down on the tires. I had to do that like every day. And I was like, okay, this is just worthless, busy work. That's not going to amount to anything.
Yeah.
I put that together later, years later. 'Cause
So
I was not very
he had
good.
you count the tires every day.
It felt like it, yeah.
Oh, fuck. Jerrod's here.
New inventory.
Actually, will you go count the blades of grass out back?
That's essentially what it was.
We need to get a
That's
quote for a
the
new mower.
trailer version of find the board stretcher.
Yeah.
Is what you
Yeah.
were getting.
So I just sit in the back
Count
room for a
tires.
half hour.
Yeah, will you go stick a penny on in the tread of each one of these tires to make sure they're
The
not
Lincoln
worn
head,
down?
I wasn't
Brand
very
new
good at
tires.
Yeah.
We just go check the tread on our unused tires.
Oh, it's got no manufactured defects.
Yeah.
You
No
know,
defects.
and no sendbacks.
No two tires are the same.
I'm trying to think if there was anything else. You guys got anything else?
No, I threw a little bit of ass with Jerrod for a while.
Mhm.
That was fun.
Yeah, nice.
Your mom gave me a full pizza on the way out.
Me too. That was
Nice.
great.
So great lunch for
Your mom also gave me plants. So we got
Oh.
some plants to take home.
Oh.
Stuff that was on the thing. She's like, take them home. We can't keep them all.
Oh,
So I had to carry a potted plant to the car.
Instead of a pizza.
Yeah.
I was hoping
So-
that Kirk Cousins would have delivered the Pizza Ranch pizza, but he didn't.
No, not this time.
He lives in Georgia now.
Yeah,
so
well, he's still contracted
What are you
with
doing
Pizza
here?
Ranch.
It's weird.
They still have a partnership.
Oh, shout out Pizza Ranch. They gave me a very nice gift. So I was very appreciative of that.
what do you mean? What
Like
kind
a-
of gift?
like a
They gave me like a cooler and like a backpack.
oh, hell yeah.
Pizza
Oh,
Ranch.
shit.
Let's go.
Uh,
is that our time capsule? The cooler?
Could be a time
Yeah.
capsule.
Could be.
Fuck.
Miles, have you ever had their chicken?
Why are you asking me that?
Because you said you hate when people talk about Pizza Ranch chicken.
I did my body chemistry change when you asked me. Pizza
That
Ranch
is so
is
fucking
good, but
good,
have
dude.
you ever had their fucking chicken?
Their chicken is fire.
It
No,
is
yeah, we
good,
we
dude.
discussed this. Miles is very principled. You go to Pizza Ranch for the pizza.
Correct.
For the pepperoni pizza.
If I want chicken, I go to KFC.
Exactly.
It's better than KFC.
I also, you see my wheels turning. We've talked a lot. It's like, what stance did I have on the chicken? What stance did I have on the chicken?
I could not backpedal. I refuse.
When in doubt, just wait, just stare at him until he tells you what your
Yeah.
stance was.
Yeah.
Very aggressively.
And
But
if
I'm
you don't-
glad that I still believe that. So this is actually good. Got to come up with a name for like a hot take check-in every
Mhm.
once in a while. See
Heat
if we
check.
still believe it.
Yeah. No backpedaling
I like a
today.
heat check.
A little heat check.
Yeah.
So heat check. I still think it's dumb to talk about Pizza Ranch's chicken. Just eat the pizza and the cactus bread or whatever it's called.
It's not called Cactus Bread Ranch.
It's that chicken ranch.
That is
either.
true. That is true, Tyler.
That is, you got me there. I'll give you that one. You were dialed on that. Should we do final thoughts
Sure.
and a grade? Have we done grades
I
before?
don't know. I don't think so.
My final thoughts were it was a very chill wedding, which I appreciated. It was not, no one was too uptight. At least I didn't notice that. Schedule was relaxed and chill. I think that knock on the old fashions. Think they could have been better. There was something else that I thought. I thought the tree attendant.
Yeah.
Making him walk up with the watering can was kind of it's like on Game of Thrones, like shame.
Yeah.
I thought that
Did you secretly not like that guy?
I was gonna say, yeah, he threw him to the wolves to making him walk out there because he knew we were talking
he's
about
a great
it.
guy.
He's
I
his
love him.
newest friend. It's initiation.
Yeah.
No, he's great. I love him. He's great.
I'm sure he's a good guy. I
Yeah,
just
he's
felt
great.
bad for him.
He carries a mean watering can.
Yeah. Funny if he spilled it.
Little upset. No drone. Would have liked to seen some drone activity.
Yeah.
There might have been, you just might not have heard it though.
My-
It was,
Dad said it was too windy. He was trying to fly it all the way to Jerrod's wedding. Crazy. But
your dad was hanging out at your place in Fargo watching the kids.
Yeah.
He's
flying
like,
the drone.
Dad, Jared's wedding this weekend. Let me check the Doppler.
I got to call the
Checking-
FAA, make sure that airspace is cleared.
Clear
Crop
airspace.
dusted nearby.
My final thoughts is that I would sacrifice bubble guts again for that asparagus.
Wow. Okay.
It was good.
There's not many times I'll accept bubble guts. In that sense, I will. Back to your point of it being chill. I don't think I've ever been more relaxed at a wedding.
Really?
Oh my God, I was so relaxed. It might have been the
Recreational
recreation
that we partook in on the before we came.
That's what you were talking. That's what the
concoction.
asparagus means.
No, that was asparagus was real.
Oh,
The asparagus was actually.
We did the
asparagus.
devil's. We had some devil's asparagus in liquid form beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, completely. Yeah, completely. Nothing illegal by any means.
No,
So I again, the relaxation. I was kid was at home, babysitter, all that. I was so at peace.
The vibes are good.
also I
yeah.
had brought my devil's asparagus liquid beverage when 'cause Ryan picked me up because my wife was already there taking photos.
they only carpool to weddings. It's the only
And-
time they ever ride together.
Yeah.
And Ryan's like, let me try it. So he takes it and he takes 2 giant swigs. He drank like 33% of my drink in 2 drinks.
Well, because I knew I had to give it back, so like I wasn't gonna then ask for it again.
You should have
You know.
backwashed into it, and then it's yours.
You just lick the rim of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good, man. Here you go. Oh, you don't want it anymore?
Oh, I thought that was a protocol when consuming devil's asparagus.
Liquid form.
The devil's choke cherries.
The devil's asparagus juice. I don't know. We'll find it.
We'll find it.
We'll find it online.
Tyler, what's your final thoughts?
Oh, I had a wonderful time. It was a
Great.
good wedding, Jerrod.
Yeah.
Well done. Beautiful
But
ceremony.
what was your biggest gripe?
But whatever you told that bartender was bullshit. To make her cut me
What
off.
was your biggest
Oh,
gripe?
yeah. That's right.
I would think probably the old fashions were served in plastic, not glass. I did have a tough time getting over that one right away, and these guys, they had to talk me off the ledge. I was frantic. Actually,
Now we're getting ticky tacky with
Yeah.
the
Nah,
complaints.
kids.
Call your own fouls. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had a great time. I actually have no grips. I actually wanted to stand the entire ceremony.
You could have.
So your one gripe is that people sat down?
Kind of, yeah. It's like whoever started that, shame on them. The
I
guy
have
didn't, the fishing didn't tell us to sit down.
I have a gripe, but it's not about you. It's about Ryan.
Oh.
I didn't see you join one single smoke circle outside.
I didn't see any sig circles out.
Well,
out-
that's because he was doing a devil's asparagus liquid form.
He was at a sip
before.
circle.
He was at a sip circle.
Yeah. yeah, pre-wedding.
Gotcha. But
Yeah.
I was fully expecting you to be hawking darts left and right with the.
When I could
with the
smell
high
them
school
too.
buddies.
Again, my neighbor is smoking all the time. I just to get
Ryan, I think it's okay for you to admit that you're all talk, that you don't burn.
Wait, Jerrod, was there any smoke circles out there?
Oh, yeah. There's definitely smokers there. For sure.
But were there smoke circles outside?
I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Can anyone prove that though? Because my claim is that there was not.
we'll have to pull tape. We have to call your
Yeah,
wedding
pull
venue
tape.
and pull tape.
There wasn't. I didn't smell smoke in anybody.
Hey, it's fine to just be a talker.
Filler.
So you're saying that whole sig bit was just filler on the last
Yeah,
episode?
we were finding it still. I was trying to find it for us.
Does that mean you're backpedaling?
No,
He check.
Oh.
no, not at all.
Okay.
So I haven't
You
been
just
to-
were so caught up in the festivities you forgot.
Well, yeah, I was. Yeah, I mean,
Vibes are
See, that's how you move the goalposts, right?
yeah. Yep, you're right. You're right.
Jerrod, what's your final thoughts on your own wedding?
I would give it probably A-. So right after the speeches, they had me talk, and I completely forgot I had to say something, and I had a terrible speech.
Yeah, we could tell.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I thought you was fine.
I mean,
basically, you were just like, "Thank you guys so much for coming. Love you all." Right?
But yeah,
But you could tell that he was winging it.
I had no idea. I completely panicked. I think the first thing I said is, "I don't know what to say."
Yeah, but it softens the room.
Hey, I do like it though when somebody says, "I don't know what to say," and then they don't say much more. I hate when people are like, I don't know what to say. I don't have much to say. And then they just don't shut up for the next 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's bad too. And then my shoes were terrible. They hurt my feet like within an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Why don't you
remember
kick
your
'em
shoes.
off?
Did they look good at least?
Yeah, they look good. They're just really tight. So that was my 2 gripes. One with myself and one with my
Oh
feet.
yeah, I remember that. One of your groomsmen was just in his sneakers and he was bitching about the shoes.
Yeah. Such a classic groomsman like gripe.
Yeah.
His shoes
The
suck.
shoes suck.
Yeah.
Every wedding is like that.
There was one. This is not related to the wedding, but there was a guy who came up. Do you remember this? He was like, "Don't you guys hate?"
Oh
weddings?"
yeah, I forgot about that.
And he was a really nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was cool, but the way he tried to because he'd never talked to us before, so he was trying to get into our conversation, and the move was it just was funny because you could tell he was nervous. He was like, "You guys ever?" And then don't you hate that one guy? And then did a very specific thing to a scenario, and then was like, I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like,
was that you today?
Yeah. You knew right away. It was like you guys ever been to a wedding where your wife is a part of it, so you just have to sit back and watch your kids all day, and
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
and it just was a really long, very specific
Well,
thing.
and then there's no liquor store around.
Yes.
That's what it was.
And I was like, "Was that you today?" Yeah. And then he was chill, but it was just such a funny way to try and get into a conversation.
Yeah.
It's kind of like he had it rehearsed. Like, this is what I'm going to
Yeah.
say. Yep.
You guys ever start a company and then have an employee get married today, and you show up and sit in the shade, and then he has a tree attendant, and
Did that
then the
happen to
old
you
fashions are pretty mid and whatever.
today? Did that happen to you today?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, you guys ever have that happen to you? I just thought
It's a good bit.
I just thought that was so funny.
That was great.
Also, me and Ryan were feeling pretty good after a little devil's asparagus, and we had a bit going.
Oh yeah.
It was so funny. Basically, we were talking about some food item. I think it started. And we're like, I'm not gonna go get another piece of cake, but if I happen to be walking by and I trip and I stumble and my face lands on the cake and then I swallow it, I guess I'll eat it. And then
You guys were doing that with the darts on the podcast too. If I trip and fall, somebody drops a cigarette in my mouth, and then somebody lights a match with their boot and lights the cigarette, and I take a sharp inhale in. I guess I'll have to smoke it.
We continue the bit, and the climax was Ryan was like, "God, I'd love to do a therapy session with Jerrod's mom right now." And then I was like, we're not gonna do therapy. But if I happen to trip and fall and stumble and fall on a couch with no back and my arms go like this and my feet kick up and I accidentally start spilling my deepest, darkest secrets to Jerrod's mom, I guess I'll do a therapy session.
That's funny. It gets very loud.
That was great.
I guess.
I guess, yeah.
Well, then the other one was what was it? It was some about Jerrod's dad or something. You just wanted someone to go fishing with. Remember that one?
I kind of
Me
remember.
too. I don't know what the fuck you're
But
talking
I
about
don't
now.
remember what the punchline was.
I don't either, but okay.
It was good. So yeah, good wedding, Jerrod.
Thank you.
You got some notes for the next one?
Yeah. We're shade.
I still can't believe you pulled off no vows. You just like literally said, "I don't promise anything to you." It's smart. It's keep your options open, Jerrod.
I promise to give you this ring.
Yep.
I don't even know if he
Yeah.
said
Here
that.
you go.
Did he even say that?
I don't know.
I think he just said, "Here's a ring."
He said that they said what it represents. I think.
Yeah, it was something. I don't remember what you just kind of black out.
Oh, I don't remember a single thing from the ceremony of my wedding. I don't even remember the vows. We have it written down somewhere, but
So when you did your vows, did you like bring them out and read
so
them?
Anne got me a personalized little notebook
Oh.
that I was supposed to write them in.
And you did.
I did.
About 6 hours before.
Mm-hmm.
6 minutes before.
And it had M&A on the front, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, really fancy. So that's somewhere in a box buried in my basement. Sure, we'll look at those.
Get sold at a rummage sale.
Yeah,
Show him your kid. Read him your kid at bedtime story.
I could. I could.
Just a grocery list.
Yeah.
Why don't you do any of the things you promised?
Shut up.
Dad, you literally have not done a single one of those.
Mom was sick last week and you didn't even make her soup.
Soup's for something else.
Mom
buddy.
had the grumpies and you didn't get her ice cream.
Ted, you're not even obsessed with golf. Why is this in here?
Yeah, you don't even.
No,
Mom doesn't
I-
even like Ben and Jerry's.
I promised in my vows to
Lactose.
give her my seed, and I got that done. So one vow done.
Done so.
Did you? Did you promise that in your
I-
vows?
I didn't
Seed of love.
I didn't promise that explicitly.
Okay.
There was some stuff in there about having kids.
Okay, that's good. Because I vowed to give you my seed.
Yeah, we had a whole seed planting ceremony.
Ah.
There was a seed attendant.
In Cambodia.
Just carries one seed up there.
No, he just carried my junk up there.
It's like
Because it's
some
so big, I had to come in with a wheelbarrow. It was a wheelbarrow seed attendant.
It's like, you know, those sticks that they like harness snakes in with? Like they pretty much.
yeah.
Like a shepherd's hook. Almost.
Yeah. Shepherd's hook. Yeah.
Yeah, the seed warming ceremony was fucking crazy.
That was a lot.
everybody in the front row start praying on the seed.
That fucking ceremony was God shake out wild.
Thank God Ryan shut it off after the front row.
Yeah.
Ryan was the last one in the front row.
Yeah.
All right.
She's warm.
She's warm.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Anne's gonna kill me for that bit.
Yeah, she is.
She's not listening.
She doesn't listen to this.
My toes are curling right now. I gotta piss bad.
All right, let's take a break and we'll keep her moving.
Guys, you know what you gotta do right now?
What's that?
You gotta go to PrizePicks, sign up for it, and you gotta use code YBR. You know why?
Why?
Because when you do it and you put down $5 on anything, you just get $50.
Mm-hmm.
You
$50 first, $50 free with your first $5 lineup,
yeah, and you know what? You don't even have to win. You just get $50.
which is an insane move.
It is
By
a
them.
super insane move. So if you haven't already signed up for PrizePicks with code YBR, you should do it now, and you should submit the same lineup as us this week because it's a fucking lock.
What was the promo code again?
YBR.
Yellow, blue, red. Military terms.
Yes.
YBR.
Yep. In our military, it stands for You Betcha Radio.
Hell yeah.
It's good militia.
Yeah.
Okay, this week's lineup. We haven't won one yet,
We haven't won
but
one.
we're getting close.
I am 0-5. Ryan is 0-5. I think this is the week though. You should ride with Ryan. Who do you have, Ryan?
I got Joe Burrow less than 263.5 passing yards.
I dig that. I think you're right on the money. On the opposite end, I'm going. It's Kirktober. The man's coming off 400 yards passing. Kirk more than 237.5.
I like it.
Nice.
I like it.
I got CeeDee Lamb less than 3.5 rushing yards.
See, I think I debated that one. I was going to pick that one for like last week, and it was more or less than 0.5 rush yards.
Fingers crossed they're not handing the ball off to CD.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. But
or stuff him in the backfield, get a negative loss. If they rush it again and he doesn't get those back, then it's a dub.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun one.
I hope he gets one jet sweep and he loses 7 yards on it.
That would be awesome.
Miles is in Colorado right now, but he sent us in his pick. Miles, what do you have?
Isaiah Likely. I like his chance of scoring a touchdown. So 0.5, more than 0.5 touchdowns this week. Isaiah Likely. I think there's a pretty good likelihood that's going to happen.
I hope Isaiah Likely can come through with another touchdown. Guys, this play right here, it's a 21.5 multiplier.
Yep.
So I'm throwing 20 down to win 430. I don't flex play.
I know you don't. If you did, you'd probably have more wins.
Probably. And that's why Jerrod wins more than I do, is because he is smart with the flex play.
Quick little math right now. If you used promo code YBR and you threw $5 down on this bet, this exact bet at this moment in time, if you won, you would get $107.50 plus the 50 you already get. So even if you lose the $5, you're up 45. So you can't lose, guys. Head to PrizePicks, use promo code YBR.
All right, guys, before we take some patrons' questions, want to remind you we're getting close to 3,000 patrons where our wives will be on the podcast. How far away are we? Do we know?
Getting close. We're still right around that 200 mark.
Have we hit a stalemate?
A little bit, yeah.
2,790 right now.
Okay, so we got about 200 left. We're getting there. You guys are just teasing us at this point. We got how many episodes are over on Patreon?
143.
143. Jerrod's photo of him as a child.
Yeah.
Is that the Vikings one where they're all laying on top of each other?
There's one other.
That alone is worth to go subscribe.
There's another one of baby Jerrod, and then also a video of married Jerrod dancing on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Not really dancing, but he's
That's
out
as
there.
close to dancing as Jerrod's gonna get.
Yep.
It's very intimidating.
And we forgot to talk about the first dance. You could just tell Jerrod, you're like, I don't really know what I'm doing.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
And you're just kind of just. And then someone yelled, "Give her a spin." I don't know who that was.
Also on Patreon is the You Betcha portion of Jerrod's dad's speech.
Oh yeah, that's on there as well. So guys, go to patreon.com/YouBetchaRadio. It's not just episodes. It's not just trying to get the wives on. There's all other sorts of content on there as well.
So his dad's speech is on Patreon?
Yeah. Jake just accidentally started recording right before Randy started talking about You Betcha, and he got that whole bit.
Yep.
Let's fucking go, dude. Patreon exclusive merch out now. Too.
Oh yeah,
yes.
And there's exclusive merch. It's just a
All
lot
sorts of-
going on over there, so you got to go check it out.
Patreon
Let's get to 3,000
hopping right now.
Really is. All right. Speaking of, you have a couple questions from the patrons, Jerrod.
I do. Bed Wizard. How far away is too far for running a yellow light?
All right, first off, this guy is claiming he's a bed wizard. He's an absolute wizard in bed.
Yeah.
Or is he a whizzer in bed?
Is
there a D at the end?
Yeah,
Or he's just
He
Okay.
could.
Okay.
I don't know. It could be like he wizard in he past tense whizzed
Like cheese wizard.
the bed. So,
or he could just be the mortal enemy of the mattress king.
yeah.
Oh.
But I see what he tried to act like he was big
shit.
swing digging us. You pee the bed. So so
Change
you
your
tell
name to
me.
Bedwetter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Moving
that's
on.
what you get on Patreon. Just
Moving
us
on.
roasting everyone that's on
Whole
there.
bunches.
What was the question again?
Yeah.
How far away is too far for running a yellow light?
Oh,
Well, it's not. You're just going through a yellow light.
Yeah, driving, I guess.
Basically, for you to commit to going through it.
But you don't run a yellow light.
You drive through it.
Also, huge gripe and bone to pick with my wife. She calls them orange lights.
that's just
What?
not. That's
You
just
got to
not
put
right.
that on the list to talk about on the 3,000 patrons,
That's
Jerrod.
just
Mark
not
that
right.
down. I
Orange light.
will bookmark that.
Before we make fun of her, is she colorblind?
No, she
Okay.
just is like, look at it. It's orange.
It's not orange.
Now, I get what she's saying because there's a slight hue of orangeness, but they're yellow.
The red light's closer to orange than the yellow light is.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Let's save it.
I'm weirdly upset by this.
Me too, every time.
Can't drive with her now.
It's like, I wish I would have put that in my vows.
Yeah.
I'll only do this if you stop calling them orange lights. And now I'm just destined to get pissed every time she does it till I die. It's a huge See, that's where vows could be good, Jerrod. You could have slipped in all the shit that is annoying into the vows, and
Did
then
they
she would have had to stop it all. Otherwise, your marriage would have been null and void.
Do they count as vows if you add an if? I vow to do this if.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's like a
Yeah.
contract.
It's a conditional vow, is what it really
Yeah.
is.
I mean, you're writing them. You can write whatever.
I can say
you
whatever
want.
I want.
Yeah.
It's
your wedding.
contingencies.
Yeah. It's a free country. I can do whatever I want.
I usually like. There's a turning lane. If I'm at the turning, like if the turning lane starts doing the little bow out to the turning lane, I'm going through it.
I think my move is like unconsciously. I won't stop for a yellow light if I have to hit the brakes hard enough for things to start moving in my car.
You calculate that fast?
I'm really quick on my feet.
You have a good brain.
Thank
It's
you.
like on a huge gripe I have with the movie The Martian.
He calls the fucking lights in space orange lights.
No, at the very end of the movie, he's propelling himself like Iron Man, with the vacuum air coming out of his suit. And she goes, how fast is he coming in? She's like, 30 meters per second. She's like, okay, I'm adjusting course. It's like, how can she do the math that fast? Is she a human computer?
Pythagorean theorem, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Like, instead of just going, all right, he's coming in a little hot and he's too far to the right, I should move over. She needs the exact numbers, and that's how she is able.
Well,
It's so dumb.
She's a rocket scientist.
That is true.
It is rocket science.
That is
after
true.
all.
Rocket science.
But Tyler, he does the same thing that gal does.
Yeah.
How fast am I coming in? I'm coming in at 30 meters per second. I have enough time to go through.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta trust your gut, and if I feel like I have to slam on the brakes and shit will move, I won't do it. I'm burning
I
through
feel
it.
that. I'll allow myself like 2 miles an hour speed up. And if I can't get it with that, then I usually pull her down.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little, just kind of like a little
Like
with
a
my
little,
big toe
little
on it.
gallop. Yeah. Yeah. You just you curl your toes.
Yeah,
and
it's just
whatever
like
that
a
gets
little
ya.
bit of a flex of the toe muscle.
Yeah. No, you guys have obviously noticed that like the faster the speed limit is on that road with stoplights, the longer the yellow light stays yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, just say it. You'll go through it at a quarter mile.
Well, okay,
Blood
so
free-facing.
on a road, like let's say it's like a 45 mile an hour road, like if I'm 75 yards away, I'll probably still end up giving it, because then there's the delay from when your
I
light
think
turns
yellow-
red to when the yellow.
I
one
think
turn-
the higher the speed limit, the longer the yellow light is.
Oh, it is, yeah.
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 So yeah, you're good.
I'm good. If I'm in a 25 mile an hour speed limit, if it turns yellow and I'm like 50 yards away, I'll probably stop. But anything inside 50, I'm.
You guys ever watch
watch
that Judge show in Rhode Island with the old guy?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
If I learned
yeah.
anything from that show, is that he'll give you 0.8 seconds when it turns red without giving you a ticket. So you actually basically have almost a whole extra second.
I've actually got, I do a quick scan of the other three like directionals as well to see if there's any cops. And if they're getting tricky too, because now they have unmarked cop
There's
cars.
so many unmarked.
But I think I can tell.
It also, I think, depends on my phase of life. Miles 6 years ago, I'm fucking risking it for the biscuit. Now that I got a kid, slowed down a little bit. I'm like, hey,
Wow, you can't let them know that dad's a wimp.
hey, it's not so bad if I just take a little longer to get home.
Yeah, no, that's true. Hey, I'm purely talking. I'm driving by myself.
Oh,
My kids are, and I'm way more likely to run it. I want them to know how sweet I am.
I mean, that
Laws don't apply to us, boys.
and they like.
Oh
going
yeah,
fast,
in
I'm
your
sure.
Equinox, that's
Fuck
what it
yeah,
sounds
dude.
like.
The Equinox does it. My Traverse fucking rips, actually.
Got that.
You should listen. It does
HP.
not sound like a mom vehicle.
Sounds like a diesel.
purrs like a
That's what
cat.
it sounds like.
I mean, it
Sounds like a golf cart.
It's all about what the horn sounds like. Beep beep. So
Anyways, that's our 2 cents on yellow
I
lights.
think we answered that pretty good.
Teresa Crowd. What are the best couch options for a man cave?
I think, is that a play on Three's a
Teresa
Crowd?
Crowd. It's kind of funny.
What is it? What's her name?
Teresa Crowd.
I love good, clean fun.
Some dude's name on here is just good, clean pun.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yep.
Okay. Couches for a man cave. I mean, the uglier the better. I mean, we're talking just terrible brown flowered patterns. Would
Plaid,
be great.
a lot of good plaid ones.
Plaid would be great. If it's leather, it's got to like have a giant wear out mark from where the dog used to sit.
Or like cracked, like webbing cracked in
Correct.
the
It's like
middle of
if
each
you
cushion.
sat on it with short shorts, it would scrape your leg.
It would pinch your butt cheeks.
It would,
It'd be like a
yes.
little hello.
I think that's good.
It's got to have like a mystery stain on it.
Mhm.
Mystery stain.
Yeah.
I think if like the legs are on it still, it's probably a no-go. I think it's just got to be just literally like flat on the ground.
Also, like if
What-
you drop something in between the cushions, it's just gone forever because you would never risk
You
sticking
got to
your
do
hand
full.
in there.
You got to do full hazmat to get it
Yeah.
out.
yeah.
Yep.
I think also when you sit down and stand up, if it doesn't make a clicking noise, that there's some sort of broken thing inside of it, then it's not ready for a man cave.
It's also got to just be really hard to get out of. Like it's got to be so broken in that when you're on it, you're on it. For
Yeah,
the
you have to
long haul.
fold up like a lawn chair.
Mhm.
Your knees should be about eye level once you sit down in this thing. It should be like
Yeah, it's got to be a motherfucker like breaking down the stairs too.
it's got to be heavy as hell
Yeah.
because it's now just a part of the foundation of the house.
Yeah.
It's not coming back.
It's
up.
a load bearing piece of furniture.
Correct.
You cannot remove it.
Yes.
When you sell the house, the couch comes with it.
Yeah.
I feel like there's got to be an age and a price like minimum as well.
A free,
I mean, I think it's-
free preferred.
I mean, free is definitely preferred.
Yeah, I think the most you can pay for a man cave couch is $70, $80, $100 maybe.
Push it up.
I don't know, dude.
I'd
There's
cut- I'd
so
go
many
half.
good free ones. It's because it's
I think-
always we're getting rid of this. You want it?
That's a good point. Got it from a friend.
Or street cleanup.
Yeah.
It's got to be at least
Rain
20
the night
years
before.
old too.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll dry out. Don't worry about it.
I think all those are good.
We got a ticket in college from the city of Moorhead for having a couch in our yard. And we had 4 warnings. And they're like, get this fucking couch out of here. And we're like, we'll just move it under the deck. They won't notice. And then they've noticed and wrote us a ticket for $85.
So you guys used to just sit on the couch out. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
It's a vibe.
But when it rained, what did you do?
It would dry out when it got sunny.
Oh.
That's gross.
It was next to
It
our
wasn't
fire
really-
pit. It was great.
It wasn't at least leather where you could just wipe it off.
It was like a weird, not like regular couch cloth, not leather. It was like
Like a suede.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
That's even worse.
it was.
Like you are not supposed to get suede
It was.
wet.
It was kind of like
that's
a.
the thing
It was
with
like a
suede.
canvas material.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like a canvasy. Yeah, that's not so bad.
yeah.
You guys should have just done it. Everybody Loves Raymond and throw a plastic cover over it.
That would have been a good idea, actually.
Could still have it to this day if you did that.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
2 fun facts. By adulthood, we each have 60,000 miles of blood vessels inside our bodies. That's more than twice the distance around the world.
You know, I didn't know what you're saying until you told me around the world, and now I know exactly how far that
How many
is.
football?
Yeah, how many football fields is that?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna be honest. This is just so blood vessels.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't view blood vessels. Is that like we're talking veins? Is that blood vessels, or I'm confused at what blood vessels are? Is a blood vessel a vein and artery?
I think, yeah.
I would assume. So.
Whatever's
Like you got blood
circulatory
vessels in your eye. Like
So if you
popped-
took all of the veins and arteries and capillaries in your body and laid them out, if you go twice around the world,
Yeah.
that's actually really,
it's a
that's
vessel
lot.
that holds blood. I want to say.
I think you're
Oh my!
take that, Jared's mom. Ryan is onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw it in the man cave.
That's actually
Oh,
way
that-
better.
Oh, you just figured out that adjusts?
Oh, I didn't know that.
No,
I think
it's
you just broke
Oh,
it.
it's broken.
Yeah.
The screw came out, but actually, this is way better.
It's got a screw
Fucking
loose.
break
When
the
do I
other
ever
one.
sit like this?
Never.
Looking like that. It's fucking nice.
Fucking melting one of them.
Is that it, Jared?
One more. It,
Oh,
it rains methane on Saturn's largest moon. Titan is the only moon in our solar system with a dense atmosphere and the only body except Earth with liquid rivers. Lakes and seas fed by rainfall. This rainfall isn't water, though. It's liquid methane.
so we just got to get to Titan then. It sounds like we can clean up the methane, no problem, and then we can just live there, right? 'Cause if it's got atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. Dense
What is
atmosphere.
methane?
Isn't it
Gas.
farts?
Yeah.
Farts are
toxic
really-
gas. Yeah.
That stinks.
Have your guys? This is a weird question, but have your guys with age have your guys' farts like evolved? Because I've noticed lately that
All right, is this a shower update?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not a shower update. It's just whenever I shit myself, it's always. I don't know if my butthole got tighter or what the deal was.
So it's
but-
more trumpety now.
Yes. Yeah, and I like my wife and I
Before
were.
it was like a trombone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like a like a tuba.
Okay. So you went from tuba to trumpet.
Yeah, so I don't
farts.
know what's. I just had to ask you guys. You know, you ask your buddies if they're experiencing the same thing you are.
I haven't experienced that, but I'll let you. You'll be the first to know.
Okay.
Right. You won't believe it.
I gotta start playing the guess this fart with my wife going forward.
You ever seen that, Miles?
No.
It'd just be like, I'm about to fart. I'd be like, guess my fart. And then you would make a noise.
Oh,
And then I would
like
fart.
that. Actually.
It's awesome, dude.
I'm gonna implement that.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
I gotta implement. Is that on TikTok or what?
Mm.
I gotta get Ann into that. She's gonna hate it.
It's perfect.
But she does every time I fart. She does laugh. So I think
Yeah.
marriage is still good. Actually, I was on a video call with Jake last night. Just work stuff. It
Mhm.
wasn't anything else.
You guys weren't gaming.
And I was talking to him, and then I would mute it and just rip ass really loud, and then unmute it. And he had no idea. And Ann was in the other room, was like, "Were you doing that on the call?" I muted. It was like a wood chair, so it was extra
Oh,
loud.
even better.
And then there's not much in the room, so it was kind of an echo chamber. So I had to wait a few extra seconds to get clearance because the echo was still going.
It's like
To
part of
unmute,
church.
yeah.
Well, I was in the appliance store last week. We were looking at like washers and dryers and shit. And I let like 2 bubbles out, like 2 of 7 that could have came out. And I stopped myself because I just had to like survey the situation. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
I guess
Those
we're not
two
looking
were-
at washers and dryers.
We gotta
anymore.
move.
Yeah,
Let's go look at the doors.
Hey, I got
Where
the
the
perfect
toilets?
thing we can test the washer with right now. I'm wearing that.
my underwear.
Is this bad boy plugged in?
I was just thinking like, fuck, imagine if I let all 7 of those things out.
Oh man.
Fire alarms go off.
That's
Yeah.
that's a great place to do it though. I don't know.
Actually, the methane is just, it's Ryan's home. He needs to move to Saturn. You fit right in. Ryan's
I think
ass in the methane rain.
I think I'm still digesting the asparagus, the
Could
pickled
be.
asparagus, honestly.
ran a train through you.
All right,
Some
is that
may
it,
say
Jerrod?
It did.
All right, boys, that's it. Guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the You Betcha Radio podcast. May your asparagus be pickled. And your weddings be great like Jerrod's.
Oh,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Cheers, Ryan.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Jerrod got married, the sun in the sky. Average old fashions, let's give it a try. Water attendants with smiles on their face. Ryan's got the bubble guts, slowing the pace. Bartender hating Tyler up to no good. Not doing vows, but we knew that we would. No shade, hot day, everyone saw the breeze. Jerrod's dad with an awesome speech, so at ease. Pickled asparagus, crunchy and tart. Celebration in the air, straight from the heart. Laughs and cheers fill the scene so bright. This wedding day we're feeling just right. No vows spoken, but love's in the air. Friends and family gathered so fair. Tables full of food with the gourmet touch. Jerrod's dad's speech, can't praise it too much. Under the sun, we're dancing till dawn. Memories made, friendships grow strong. Toast to the couple with drinks in hand. Jerrod's wedding day is beyond grand. Pickled asparagus, crunchy and tart. Celebration in the air, straight from the heart. Laughs and cheers fill the scene so bright. This wedding day we're feeling just right. Just right.
Bill Rye, the sandwich guy. Boss man is caught sleeping on the job all the time. He's a good dude, but just a dog water of a worker. What do you think I should do to get rid of him?
Boss man?
So he's trying to get rid of his boss.
That's what it sounds like.
Is he? I wonder if he's the foreman or if he is the owner of the company. If he's the owner of a company, you're shit out of luck.
I would assume not.
So let's say he's the foreman and he's sleeping a lot. Now, before you go and get him expelled, I want you to think about the next foreman could come in and be an absolute fucking hard ass
That is
and
true.
make your life terrible.
That is true.
So it's kind of a, pros and cons situation. Con is that he's not a very good worker. But the pro is when he's sleeping and stuff. I don't imagine he's getting down on you about how hard you're working.
I mean, you also put yourself in his shoes. If you had to deal with guys like you all day, wouldn't you want to take a nap?
Well, that's true.
Maybe he's got
low T.
Yeah,
Could
low
be.
T or what's the thing where you just
Narcolepsy.
Narcolepsy. I was gonna say banging animals. I don't know why.
Bestiality?
What's necrophy?
Dead bodies.
Yeah, that's dead. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, right?
Narcolepsy.
Why would he have either of those? Because he sleeps on
Well,
the
no,
job.
I meant narcolepsy. I just couldn't think of it.
Bestiality.
Maybe he's a necrophiliac. Maybe he just needs to take a nap after all the bodies.
You said it, not me.
So that's something that needs to be considered.
Mhm.
I mean, I think you really got to think about, will getting him removed be better for my situation or worse? And there's going to be risk involved with both. You got to weigh them.
But let's say he does that and he finds out it is worth it. What should he do to get rid of him?
Okay. I mean, the easy way is to just have the boss get the like owner of the company to show up to the site while he's sleeping. Like, you should actually make it easier for him to sleep more, so you improve your chances of him getting caught.
Yeah, let's say there's like a chip in the windshield or something. If the boss is sleeping in the truck, I mean, you could just take a picture of like the windshield with him sleeping in there, send it to the boss, be like, "Hey, boss, got this chip in the windshield. Really sorry about that. Just wondering what
I mean, if you really wanted to be a dick, you would just call the boss, say, "Hey, I got a question for you because Jerry's
he's fucking sleeping.
He's not
again.
available."
Yeah, why isn't he available, Miles?
Well, he's actually sleeping, and then he's done.
Mhm.
You know.
But then your workplace narc.
Then you're a rat.
Yeah.
You're a rat. You don't want to be rat saying. You don't necessarily want to go down that route. I think you need to just punish him for falling asleep.
Yeah, fuck with him.
And you think he's fallen asleep with the vehicle running AC on?
I don't
correct?
know. I know as much information as you do.
Let's just assume he is. I mean, if he's a really heavy sleeper, you could possibly pop in the passenger side and turn the heat on.
Turn the heat
and just
on.
start fucking with him.
You could draw something on his face so that when he goes back to the shop, the boss sees stuff written on his face, and the boss is going to be like, "Well, how did that happen? How do you not
Yes.
know?"
Draw stuff on his face
Yep.
for sure. Right, wake me up when the workday's done on his forehead.
Yeah,
Be a good one.
Throw a bunch of crushed up empty beer cans all over the passenger side seat. Boss.
I mean, if you just start, bring like one of those megaphones that has like the siren on it, just right by his ear, just fucking turn it on. He'll wake up and then fucking pissed, get back to work, whatever. Then the next time he does it, you crank the heat. You just
Air horn.
Air horn. You just got to start pranking this guy.
Yeah.
because he can't get mad at you. He's the one sleeping.
You got to
Right.
come up, put a bunch of ketchup packets on your hand, and like run up to
Yeah.
him saying, "I injured myself on your watch. You let this happen. Oh my God, you got to take me to the hospital." Just pranks.
Yeah, I like that. Because then he's either gotta get the point or he's got to get the fuck out.
Or you actually need to start doing your job worse. So then he has to stay awake to make sure you're doing it right. You
Or like-
know, measure something wrong.
I think this guy could be the problem. You're doing too good of a job that he can sleep and
Correct.
projects
You
are
need
still
to
getting
be a
finished.
shittier employee.
Yeah.
You need to take some naps.
Nap breaks for the whole company.
Actually, yeah. What you already have enough blackmail on him.
Yeah.
If he finds out you're sleeping, you just be like, "You take naps. Would you like me to tell?" And then you're like, "No, hey, you just negotiated yourself
Yeah.
into nap time in the middle of a workday."
Yeah. I think that's the move.
Well, he's sleeping. Take out his credit card. Go buy donuts.
Donuts, chocolate
Don't
milk.
buy like something expensive. Just $15 worth of
Here
donuts and
there,
coffee,
It'll add up.
That's a good idea.
or just on his company card. That's actually better.
Yeah.
That's actually the way.
Steal his company card while he sleeps. Buy a bunch of unnecessary shit with it.
Yeah.
You also could siphon all the gas out of his truck. So then it's like, well, you left the truck running that long, you burning gas.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, and then when it inevitably shuts off and his windows are rolled up, he's gonna get too hot and wake up and almost be dying. And then,
Yeah.
Yeah, you could if you
could
really
scare him to death quite literally.
if you really want to just really scare him, plug the exhaust pipe with a rag.
I knew that's
Okay.
where you were going with it. knew
I
that.
thought you were going somewhere else with the exhaust pipe. Anyways,
Anyways.
but don't do any of that legally. That's just
It was facetious.
we were joking.
Mhm.
Call OSHA. I'm sure their confidentiality agreement's pretty decent.
HIPAA.
Guys, we are on the road to 3,000 patrons. And once we hit 3,000 patrons, we are going to have our wives do an episode without us. And it's probably going to be a disaster for us.
Mhm.
But that is what we signed up for. And you guys can help make it happen if you go sign up at patreon.com/YouBetchaRadio or look us up on the app. Get us to 3,000. Our wives are probably going to roast us in that episode. So go check us out. Put us into the torture chamber.
Pray for us.
Pray for us.